just waiting to get in the shower, but you need to go and change your clothes. I put you clean jeans and clean socks in there.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, y'all. Hello, YouTube friends and family. How are you guys doing again today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Friday afternoon. It is, I believe it was April the 30th, 2026, and I'm not sure what time it is. Let me see. It's 2:35 p.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I just got done washing my hair, as y'all can see, and you can see the ends need to be clipped, but for the most part my hair is really healthy now. It has finally, well, you can't really see, but it has finally grown back in where it was so bald here in the center, which is why I had cut it all off, and I couldn't get the middle part to grow, but the middle part has finally started to grow, and now I can finally start wearing my real hair. Like, I can go and get some braids and stuff now. I can stop cutting it and actually let it grow now, because I've been cutting it for the last 3 years. But now, since it has grown back pretty much, and I'm just working on like my little edges and stuff, like right here, I can now start going back to get me some braids or something, and that will grow it out. Y'all see them gray hairs I got up in there? But now I'm excited that I can finally stop cutting my hair. So yeah, I just washed it and blow dried it though. I tried to blow out all the fucking naps, but my arm started to get a little bit tired. But yeah, I officially don't got no more bald spots. This is my hair and how it is, and how it could just grow out. My end's really not that bad, because like I said, I've been cutting my hair for the last 3 years, but I haven't clipped my ends in a few months, and they need to be clipped, and then I could start growing it out. But I have officially got the bald spots to grow in, which was this whole little part right here. So yes, that's why I've been wearing the wigs and stuff, y'all, because I had that bald spot in the middle, and then I had to just keep cutting my hair and keep cutting it and keep cutting it and keep cutting it. But now it's growing back out, and I can get it braided. So that's cool or whatever. Oh, I remember what I wanted to come and jot down in my digital diary now, by the way. Okay, I can at least put it back in 2 ponytails till I get ready to oil my scalp and braid my hair down. I might do me a weave ponytail tomorrow. Or whatever. But what I meant to jot down in my digital diary. So remember I had said I had went to the doctor and everything, and the lady there had told me like, oh, my pee looks fine, everything looks good, blase splee, but I still had asked her to take my stuff and send it over to like the little lab or whatever. Sorry y'all, I gotta just put these two little puff balls in my hair real quick, because until I get ready to, like I said, do it. So sorry. But the doctor said that my pee had looked good and everything, and I had asked her if she could still just go ahead and send it out to the lab. So she had, but I told her to like give me the medicine for BV or whatever the case may be, TMI. But I'm just chopping it up with y'all, because I gotta tell y'all how these motherfucking doctors be. So, and that was the white lady who was there when I went to the doctor. She was very nice, blase splee. So then, like 2 days later, call, and there's an Arabic. 2 days later go by, and the Arabic lady calls my phone or whatever. And when I was there though, I didn't see no Arabic people. It was either white or black. But the Arabic lady had called me or whatever, and she was saying that she wanted to give me a different antibiotic for a different type of bacteria or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. So as she sends over the medicine, for one, it's not covered by my insurance, which was weird to me, But I'm like, okay. So I told, she sent it over to the pharmacy. I told her that I would go and pick it up. And when I went to go pick it up from the pharmacy, they was like, it's $30. This particular medicine isn't covered by your insurance, but the other ones was. So I was like, oh, okay. And then the lady, I was like, okay, I got to go get the $30, but I'll be right back. I was like, I'll either come back tonight or tomorrow or whatever, because it was 24 hours. Anyway, so she's like, when you come back, make sure you don't come to the pickup area. Make sure you come to the drop-off area. And tell them that you want to pay for your medicine or whatever. It's going to be $30. So I'm like, okay. I ended up not going back that night, but I ended up going back the next morning. And the guy, I went to go pick up my medicine. He was like, we don't have any scripts filled for you. I was like, oh, well, I came here last night and she told me that I had another script that I needed to pick up, but it wouldn't be covered by my insurance, that I would have to come back with $30 or whatever. So that's the script that I'm here to pick up. And he was like, oh, okay, so you want to fill it? So I'm like, yeah. And it was just bringing me back to when I went to the doctor in the first time, and the lady was like, well, you don't have to take any medicine if you don't want to, blase, please. She was like, I want you to look at these numbers here. And she was like, these numbers can get up to 500, da-da-da-da-da. And I was listening to her. I was paying very close attention when I was at the doctor. Again. But I was also getting a message while I was at the doctor as well. And it was reminding me of the time that I had went to the doctor 2 years ago in September, and they wouldn't give me my results. They didn't put it in my portal or anything. So this particular time I had went to the doctor, this lady, she's showing me everything. She's showing me all my paperwork and everything like that. But when this Arabic lady, and I don't know if she's Arabic because I didn't see her, but her name sounds Arabic. She sound Arabic. They're either Arabic or Indian or something. But she ended up calling me and she wanted to give me these pills, even though the other lady was like, well, no, everything looks okay. So I'm like, okay. She calls it in, and that's when I went to the CVS and everything like that. But she called me back like about 2 days ago. And she was like, hey, did you go back to get the second pills that I prescribed to you or whatever? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, did your stomach start cramping yet? I'm like, no. And she was like, She's like, oh, okay. And then she hung up the phone. Now, if you've been following my story, because I swear it's on everything I love, I don't make this shit up. Now, the medicine that she prescribed for me, confirmation for whatever I'm about to say, the medicine that she prescribed for me to go back to get says, do not use this drug if you become pregnant. So this is the one that she called for me to come and get the second time after I had left the doctor the first time or whatever. She called me back and she said, get that one or whatnot. But something told me don't take these pills, which as you can see, I haven't took these pills. I still have them. But I didn't take all of them. When she gave them to me and I picked them up, I took the first dose. And it made me feel terrible. But something told me don't take no more. Just take the Flagyl or whatever for the BV or whatnot. But I was hearing like the last time I went to the doctor back in September, not of 2025, but September of, was it 2024, I believe? Yes. And they wouldn't give me my pregnancy results and stuff. And that time I went to the doctor and I thought I was pregnant, but they wouldn't give me my pregnancy results. And then I said I had all this bullshit going on with the Detroit police, and I had asked them if they can give me a pill when I was in Mound, and the pill made me sick as fuck. It made my stomach start cramping bad as hell. The lady officer, the correct officer at Mound, and I swear to God, it's almost like she didn't want to give me the pill. And this is, mind you, I had went to the doctor and I was calling about my results. They wouldn't give them to me. The Detroit police was just fucking with me for no reason. I'm here, I got stopped by a lady cop, but the Detroit police was just fucking with me for no reason. And one day I was on the way to pick my kids up from school and to get them some food, and I had ran a stop sign and I got pulled over by an Arabic police officer. He was a guy though, and he was very nice. He was very professional, and he was like, you know, ma'am, I have to take you in, blase splee. Boy, shut the fuck up and get off my channel. But anyway, he was like, I'm trying to help you, like, please don't give me a hard time, blase splee. But the lady cop that was in there was real rude and disrespectful or whatever. And when I got into the cell with the ladies, they kept on asking me, like, what if I found out I'm pregnant? What if I found out I'm pregnant? It was almost as if they knew something that I didn't know, and my purpose of going to the doctor was to get my pregnancy results, but I never got that piece of information. However, I get pulled over, goes to sit in mound, and it seemed like everybody else is all up in my pregnancy business and general other business as well. It's just the ladies who were in the cell and the things that they were talking about. I pay attention to everything. And the girl kept on saying, well, what if you find out you pregnant and they trying to charge you with 2 felonies? Mind you, I was still going to court at the time with Warren Police Department off that shady ass shit. So it's like, the pill though, it made my stomach started cramping so fucking bad, almost like the abortion pill. And I'm not saying that the lady gave me an abortion pill, because why would she be giving me an abortion pill in the Mound facility? I was only there for less than 24 hours. So I'm not accusing her of that, but God always gives me information. And when I took the Tylenol that I asked for, my stomach instantly started cramping. You know, usually a Tylenol is a pain reliever, not a pain causer. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I goes to get this medicine or whatever, and I take it, but it makes my stomach feel a little bit funny. So I ended up looking up the medicine, and it's a regular antibiotic. They prescribe it for like rosaceas and certain type of skin infections and everything like that, which I was reading up on. You know, I was talking about having the boils and stuff under my boob and stuff when I use certain deodorants and things like that. And you know, certain skin infections cause boils and stuff like that, like MRSA. So it's an antibiotic for stuff like that as well. It's supposed to kill like skin infections and real bad sinus infections, bronchitis, and everything like that. However, it says it's not good for pregnant women to take. You will be okay taking it in your first trimester, but not so much in your second, because it could cause harm to the baby or this, that, and the other. And for some reason, I just happen to read up on any prescription. I don't take drugs. So when I do have to take them, I read up on them. But it was just so crazy that she called me back after she prescribed me these pills and like, oh, so did your stomach start cramping yet? And that's a weird question to me. And like, if anything, if I had an STD or something, you would call me and then you would tell me like, hey, you have an STD, we need to prescribe you with this, that, and the other. And then your job is done, unless I need to come back and get checked out. You get what I'm saying? But no, she called to ask to give me a prescription and then called back and asked me, was my stomach cramping? And that is what was weird to me. For me not to be pregnant, why are you concerned about if my stomach is cramping? You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to jot that down in my digital diary because I had been thinking about it for the last 2 days. I believe she called me about 2 or 3 days ago to make sure that I would ask me if my stomach was cramping. And I'm like, no, I feel fine. I feel fine because I didn't take those pills. I just took the regular antibiotic that I had got for BV, which isn't a sexual transmitted disease, by the way. So have some respect for yourself and for women in your life that you should know what BV is. Bacterial vaginosis, which is overgrowth of bacteria that can form in our vaginas. Just like yeast on the skin or in your vagina or in your mouth, you need to clear up the fungus or the bacteria. And it's abnormal growth, but it's a normal situation that plenty of women go through, half the world. So know something before you start fucking talking, dumbass. But yeah, I just found that to be very strange that she wanted to call me back 2 or 3 days later to see if I was cramping. And then she was like, well, you know, you could come and have a checkup with us if you want to in about 6 months. And I was like, okay, you know, well, so far everything's good, but if I have any issues, I mean, of course I will be coming back. So, yeah. But that was crazy to me, and I wanted to jot it down. And when I was pregnant with my son, Amir, I used to have to get the same thing. So I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. And it's very much so self-respect. Like flonconase is a pill for yeast infections when you have an overgrowth of yeast. And when I was pregnant with my son, Amir, I kept a yeast infection. I would have BV yeast. And I wasn't even fucking like that. It was just that my hormones were off balance and trying to get it under control. Plus, I was pregnant. And those are certain things that come along with being pregnant. Just like some women get hemorrhoids. Some women get gestational high blood pressure. I had that before too. With my very first pregnancy, I had got gestational high blood pressure. So I was a high-risk pregnancy. Some people get gestational diabetes. They never been a diabetic all their life. They become pregnant and boom, now they got diabetes. The diabetes go away once they have the baby. So you need to know your facts before you start talking about some shit. So I just wanted to say that, and you have to watch certain people. You know, people be working with people who work in medical fields and stuff like that. And you can have somebody ex stalking you, like, oh, that bitch pregnant, give her something that'll make her lose the baby. People work together like that. So that's why I tell the story as well. And it was strange for her to call me 3 days later and ask me, am I cramping? Has my stomach started cramping yet? So yeah, I wanted to jot that down. But I don't know, I just got done washing and blow drying my hair or whatever. My scalp feels so good. I really want to get me some braids. Now that I could get me some braids, finally. My edge is still a little delicate right there, but baby, I came a long motherfucking way. And now I want to start wearing braids and growing it out or whatever. So I'm not going to put any product in it. I'm just going to see if my daughter can just braid it down. I'm just going to oil it a little bit. And then maybe I can make me an appointment to get my hair braided. But tomorrow when I get ready to go and meet this lady, I don't want to say her name yet. I'm here to talk. Talk, Big T. That's so funny because what she had told me. But when I get ready to go and meet her, I'm going to just do my wig and flat iron it out really, really nicely and spray it down so it can stay silky and stuff. But since I don't really want to glue it down or nothing, I'm going to do my edges real nice and then I'm going to put the headband over and then flat iron it out and make it look really cute or whatnot. So yeah, but I just wanted to jot that down in my notes or whatever, because that was strange. And I'm not saying that she was trying to do anything to me or anything like that, but I just want to note it. Excuse me. Excuse me. I still got to take me a shower and do my skincare routine and all that good stuff. But I can't get up and... But, because I was sweating last night. Ooh, baby, I cannot stand the sweat in between my legs and then wake up in the morning and but I had to go get it together. So, yeah, but I want to take me... I might have to get a quick stay or something tonight because I want to take a bath. I want to relax. Like, I don't want to take a shower. I want to take a bath. You know, sometimes we need to take those baths where you sit down and the water gets all up in your crevices and everything like that. I want to take a bath. I'm hearing, what's the stuff that our mamas and stuff used to use? Calgon. Calgon, take me away. I want to take me one of them kind of baths like them commercials used to be. Calgon, take me away. Take me away. So far away. Yeah. With the bubbles in it and the candles and all of that and the Epsom salts. I want one of them. One of them. But yeah. So, hello, how are you? Yes, I live in America for the person who asked. But yeah, y'all. I just wanted to jot that down. And probably I have been talking about somebody getting ready to have a baby, somebody's going to find out that they're pregnant soon, or they're going to conceive soon, and somebody is meant to have twins. I was just talking about this the other day, and I said, like, God isn't going to want this pregnant woman to be going to the doctor that much like that, because they're going to be trying to kill this baby. I said that in one of my videos a few days ago, and then boom, a whole different lady called me talking about, did your stomach start cramping yet? But I don't know, maybe she was just doing her job. But yeah, you got to keep an eye out on these doctors sometimes, is all I'm saying. So yeah. But like I said, I did take the first dose of the pills or whatever, because they said take the pill is take one pill twice a day. And I took the first ones for the twice a day, but I didn't take any more. Or whatever. And again, not because I think that I'm pregnant or whatnot, because they said that I wasn't. But she told me to look at these numbers and pay attention, because they can go up. So I just pay attention to everything though. So yeah. But no, my stomach isn't cramping. My stomach feel fine. I feel good. My vagina feel good. It smells good. I ain't got no issues, no discharge, no nothing. So, yeah. That flagyl got me together real quick when I felt as if I was uncomfortable. When I felt uncomfortable, I went to the doctor. So, yeah. Baby, I be paying attention. So, yeah. I told you stop doing it bare with these dudes.
Mommy.
Huh?
Where did you put, where did you say you put my clothes at? Because Lex is done getting out the shower.
I put you those black jeans and those, they like blackish grayish jeans, and those blackish gray socks. They was sitting on the tote.
So are they?
They should still be there.
Okay, are they on set to like some white stuff? Like some white clothes?
I don't know. Ask Lily, because she was sitting in front of them. But those are the jeans and the socks.
Okay.
Yes, I'm talking antibiotics, but I'm talking about BV, which you don't really actually have to get from having sex. It's just an overgrowth of bacteria that you will need to get back balanced, because you know that we all have bacteria, yeast, and all types of things in our bodies. Some of it is good, some of it isn't. And that's why we have a pH balance as women. And sometimes when our pH is off, meaning I think the words are too alkaline or too acidy, whichever the way it goes, then there's an overgrowth of bacteria, and you have to go and get an antibiotic to clear it up sometimes. Sometimes you don't. It clears up on its own. The bacteria just balances out. But sometimes when it don't, then that's when you get that whiff of fish smell, because the bacteria has overgrown, and you need to go and get you an antibiotic to clear it up and to balance the yeast back in your flora, in your vagina. So a lot of times when women say they have BV or yeast, those are not yeast. I mean, those are not sexual transmitted diseases. However, you can get BV from having multiple sex partners as well. But again, it's not always the case. So, and it's so common that that's why it's not considered a sexual transmitted disease, BV at least. Now, if you start talking chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas, now those are STDs and different types of bacteria and really parasites. And I just learned that from when I was going to school for medical assistant or whatever. So I'm not saying like I'm just some doctor or professional, but I did learn that when I went to school for medical assistance, and like I know how to do urinalysis, I know how to draw blood and everything. So, you know, yeah, that's why I was talking about antibiotics. And I was saying that the doctor had called to give me this different antibiotic or whatever, and then she called me back to ask me was I cramping or whatnot. And that was just weird to me, because out of all the side effects that you could ask about, she decided to call me and ask me was my stomach cramping. So that's why I had mentioned that or whatever. I'm glad you got it taken care of. Thank you. But yeah, so that's what I was saying or whatever. I don't be out here fucking raw. So I only fuck one person raw. I don't be out here just fucking raw. That's what I was talking about in my video yesterday. I actually don't like fucking raw, even though I'm allergic to latex condoms. Latex condoms make me get yeast infections and BV. Speaking of it, they throw my pH off. They make me feel all irritated. I be itching real bad when we done using a condom. So I noticed that too. Sometimes when I use condoms, it'll throw my pH off. But I was told to use cow skin or sheepskin condoms because they're sensitive. They're more sensitive than latex. So that's what I was saying. Just learning my body, going to the doctor, dealing with BV, dealing with yeast. I learned a lot of different things or whatever. And that's why I was talking about douching and bacterial infections. And a lot of women don't douche. They say because it can make bacteria go up inside of your, fallopian tubes and things like that. You get pelvic inflammatory disease, which is also causes antibiotics. It can all be cleared up, but they call it pelvic inflammatory disease when these certain bacteria get up into your tubes and things like that. So you have to get it taken care of, and that's normal ass shit. That's why I talk about it. If a bitch embarrassed to talk about this kind of shit, something wrong with you, because you're a woman. And if a man can't hear it, you don't need to be having sex, because this is where you stick your dick. And that's why sexual transmitted diseases, bacteria, and everything be spread from place to place to place to place to place too. Just because some people don't even know about basic sexual health or whatever. So I just wanted to jot that down because it was strange to me. And every time God tells me, like, pay attention to this, pay attention, I pay attention. And he told me, like, you know how she just called you after the fact to prescribe you that, and then called you again to see if you were cramping. And it's just like the way she asked me, and I'm not saying she was rude or anything. It's just like, are you cramping? Have you started cramping yet? Like, no. And it ain't like she told me, like, hey, when you take this medicine, you're going to be cramping really bad. She didn't say that. So for her to call me 2 days later, like, hey, are you cramping yet? Is what makes it weird to me. When you could have just waited for me to come back and say, hey, I want to get a checkup and see if everything's straight. But I don't really need to come back and get a checkup. You wanted to check up and make sure that what you wanted to do was done. Is what it sounded like to me. So maybe that's happening in somebody else's case. Because, people swear up and down I just be making everything about me. But I was the one that went to the doctor. I was the one that this happened to. And this happened to me before. So I'm really paying attention now. So, yeah. And just like this, almost like they didn't want to give me the medicine. It's almost like they didn't want to give me the medicine when I went to go pick it up from the pharmacy. Like, oh, are you sure you want that one? The one that costs? And I'm just like, yeah, I guess so if I need it. That's another thing. Like, if it's something that I also need it, you shouldn't even be asking me, are you sure you want to take it? Do you all get what I'm saying? So I don't want people to think I'm sitting here just being crazy or making this up. If it was something I needed to take to make me better, you shouldn't be asking me, do I want to take it? That's like the COVID shot. If it's supposed to make y'all better, why the fuck everybody dying from this bitch? You get what I'm saying? That's why I make these videos, because pay attention. This is what happened when I went to the doctor. So when you go to the doctor, if somebody start asking you these type of questions, remember, Isleah said that happened to her before when she went to the doctor. So just pay attention. I'm not telling you to be paranoid or anything like that, because I'm not even paranoid. But it's just me paying attention to what be happening when I go places. And that's bringing me back to the lady, like, oh, I want to check your pregnancy test. But then she come in the room and she gives me the thumbs up. But then she like, but you're not pregnant. But then it's a whole different lady called me and give me a prescription and called me 3 days later and asked me, did I start cramping yet? So what am I supposed to think? And this is me going to the doctors now. Because if you want a second opinion, or you don't know, or you're not a professional, then you go and seek help from the professionals. But this is what I be talking about. And I will never make it up. I was pregnant in that September when I said that I was supposed to have that baby. I was never making that up. And they would not give me my pregnancy results. They purposely wanted to have me. I went to the ultrasound and they would not turn the screen towards me or nothing. That shit, I ain't never seen no shit like that happen. But I won't make it up. And then I took that pill and it was over. I'm trying to tell you. I never went to go have an ultrasound done while being pregnant and the people wouldn't show me the screen. Most of the time they be like, oh, this is this. That lady wouldn't show me shit. So that's what I'm saying. So I wanted to just jot it down. But I'm about to get out of here. The kids are almost ready for me to take them to their granny house. So, yeah. I might ask her if I could take a shower over there. I haven't been inside of her house in over 7 years. But I washed and blew out my hair already. So that's done. Only thing I do need to do is take a shower. And I washed up and stuff today. I mean, I don't stink. I just want to shave off all of my extra hair and stuff. And that's all. Maintain myself. That's how I love on myself. It was days when I couldn't get in the shower. Couldn't brush my teeth. Because of lack of resources, supplies, environment, and everything. So, baby, listen. Y'all don't understand why I'm so meek, humble, and yet grateful. But my time about to come in a minute. Anyway, I just wanted to jot that down. And I would like to ask you guys to pay attention to little certain things when you go different places as well. You know? So, yes, y'all have a good day. And I love you. Uncle Jukebox, oh, I love you too. I will talk to you guys later. Hi, Margaret. I wish you guys nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. Keep y'all head up. Better is on the way. And if it's coming from me, then you know it's true. I love you.